All right, guys, I think we're live and ready to go. I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing to lie about, but I was working out this morning at the park, and I did something wrong, and my neck is so stiff right now that I could barely look left or right or up or down. So this is gonna be an interesting day here. We'll see what happens. Right now I'm looking at UTSI and GNW on my second screen. Well, it kind of hurts to talk a little bit. No, I'm not sick. I really hurt my neck. Let's see here. GNW looks actually really good to potentially trade. Definitely a pulled muscle. It was like on my fourth set. I was doing some muscle ups, and my fourth set, I just instantly felt it. All right, so I'm starting a little early here because I see a lot of tickers. It will definitely be fun to review them with you guys. So let's get started here. First of all, good morning, guys. Welcome back, everyone, to the live stream where we first review the watch list, then we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone's feeling good. Hopefully better than I am. I'm doing all right. The reason, I'll actually talk about this in a little bit about why we're putting Apple and Tesla on our lead gappers. But first of all, today is Monday after all. It's the 31st. It's the last trading day of the month, and it's 9:15? No, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got another 15 minutes here before the market opens at 9:30. Then we'll wrap up trading like always around 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Quick reminder for everyone that's new: this is for education and entertainment purposes only. Ooh, that's a tongue twister for some reason. My trades are quick, not meant to be followed. Always know yourself why you're entering and exiting a trade. This community, guys, is a place for us to help each other. Please don't spam or you will be kicked. Check out the video description below for some FAQ, guys, and FAQs, and let's dive into it. So what I was going to say a second ago is obviously on the live stream, workout with Alex video coming soon. Yeah, you never know. I have AAPL and Tesla right here kind of highlighted. Now, this is something we pretty much don't ever do. But we've been talking about Tesla and Apple probably for the last 2-3 weeks, increasingly because of the big split today. So Tesla is doing the 5-to-1 split and Apple is doing the 4-to-1 split. So both of these stock prices are coming back down to more reasonable prices. If you guys remember, Tesla was around 2,200 right before the split. So basically this number times 5, that was the close here. Pre-market it even hit 470. And yeah, this is after their split results. So I think there's going to be a lot of attention today on Apple and Tesla. I wasn't really seeing anything super hot pre-market. We were watching huge, and then eventually UTSI popped up, and then eventually GNW popped up. I think GNW and UTSI are definitely the lead gappers, small caps for the day. So just keep that in mind, UTSI and GNW. So I'll probably be looking at those two out of the gates unless something really pops up that's super interesting. Otherwise, those are probably the ones I'm going to be focusing on. I think AIMT, this is just a buyout at like 30 or something like that. At 35, I think they were bought out. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. I think it's going to be a little hard for me to talk today. They were bought out by Nestle, I believe. Yeah, here's Nestle. Where's the news article that I was reading earlier today? Anyway, 34.5, they were bought out. So this thing's really not going to move much. It would have been probably a good buy, actually, anything under 34.5, just because mean reversion, it's going to go back to the price. So if it goes over $36, it's probably going to fall right back to 35 or 34.5, just because that's the buyout price. Okay, you guys hear me fine. What's up, Corey? Nice, yeah. So we had some small wins today. We had a huge trade, and then we had a GNW trade. I didn't do too much trading pre-market. I was actually just laying down on the floor most of pre-market, trying not to move my head. uh, so that was my pre-market. I Yeah, hopefully nothing too serious. I don't think it's anything too serious. If I need to lay down during the stream, guys, I might lay down during the stream, but I don't think we'll see what happens. No promises. Oh boy. Okay, so huge. Let's talk about this one for a quick second here because it was technically the lead gapper for a bit. 10 million float. Was gapping up around 20% pre-market. Canadian drug manufacturer. They had some coronavirus FDA new drug application, which we see across the board from so many different companies. So it's not as crazy as a catalyst as it used to be a couple months ago. Pulling back 30% from pre-market highs now. I kind of think huge is done, but it might have some bounces off the lows if you guys are into those kind of trades. I probably won't be looking at it because I think there's better opportunities. So the trade I did out of the gates, it got a little choppy here. Had it, quickly dipped on the open in terms of like the 7 a.m. open that's when TOS opens, and then it instantly shot back up here like 8%. And I was like, well, that was a bit of a roller coaster. And then I was like, I'll probably buy the EMA on a pullback. So I bought the EMA on a quick pullback. My first entry was like at 88 or something like that, and then I bought another size on the way down, getting my full size here at like 3863, and then I sold on the VWAP retest a little before that. It actually ended up running another 4.5%, but I'll take my quick little profits anytime, especially on a ticker right out of the 7 a.m. open. Like, I'm not trying to play with fire, so I'll take that pretty quickly. GNW, now this is another gapper that I think is kind of interesting for all of us to be watching right now because, this is really different than our typical small cap. It has the perfect price range and it's moving like a small cap, but it has a 500 million float. That's ridiculous. It's also a big company. It's a $1.2 billion market cap. And, since it's gapping up pre-market here around 40%, this thing's gonna be, what is that, like 1.7 roughly billion market cap, maybe 1.8 billion market cap. So this is a huge company, definitely a classic mid cap. Although, we traded a mid cap last week and it was actually our best ticker. So we'll see what happens. I'm not, getting like totally throwing it out, but just know that, the breakouts are going to be probably a little bit more iffy. Really, really good price action right here though. This is, I think this is right around the time Abdul pointed it out in the chat room, right around here. I think it popped up, had a quick pullback here to 275, and then, it kind of had a nice little consolidation in this area. I was really thinking about buying this one. I'm just not crazy about buying something that just gapped up before I know anything about it. Maybe I'll get more aggressive on that in the future, but at the moment, it's not my favorite way to trade. Woo. I made the table higher today, so you probably noticed my head's a little bit lower. So the computer is more like on my height. What was I talking about? So yeah, GNW, let's kind of recap this one. We talked about the 500 million float, US life insurance company. You guys know how much I like these life insurance companies. They had a private offering closed at 750 million. Okay, so they raised some capital. That's nice. The issue I have with this one is that kind of overhead resistance. Technically, we are above the overhead resistance and we're finding support. We're kind of in this area right now, as you can kind of see here. We're trending between 3.3 and 3.5. So if we break over 3.5, I could really, really see this running for a bit. 375 is the next major level of resistance. And then probably around the fours, kind of a classic whole dollar, half dollar area. I mean, that always tends to be good support and resistance. 425. It seems like kind of the whole half quarter dollar for this ticker seems quite important. So just kind of mark some of those key zones, key psychological areas out. How we want to trade this one out of the gates? it really depends what happens here in the next 7 minutes. I mean, on the 5-minute chart, we have some peaks of selling volume, but they are going down. So we have some declining sell volume. That's good. It's good to see that. We have huge support around 3.3. I wouldn't be surprised if this dipped into the 20s before a possible reversal. So that'd be one way to look at it. If we break over 3.4, this VWAP zone, then maybe buying on a pullback or somewhere around that area for a continuation to the upside out of the gates would be the trick. Am I still in a margin account? Yes, the unlimited account is a margin account. So I got GNW on my second screen, and I'm going to have UTSI on probably the main screen, and then we'll kind of switch it up from there. And then we'll keep looking at Tesla and Apple. Remember, guys, there's going to be a lot of focus on large caps today, so just keep in mind, that's again, a reason I titled the video Tesla and Apple. We're not going to be really trading them, but I don't know, maybe I'll do a trade or two just for fun, but my focus is still on the small caps. Just a big reminder that the small caps might be overshadowed today. Travel and leisure companies. I think travel and leisure companies might be up for any news because they've sold off so much. I don't even know if they can sell off much more. If any one of those businesses are going to recover, then they might be at their current low. Although they might have, double bottoms coming up, which for, let's say, American Airlines could be under $10. For Carnival Cruise Lines, I don't know, maybe around 12 or 10. But those tickers are, any dip would probably be a buying opportunity. Another 4 minutes here. That's true, Christopher. Could definitely bring in some new viewers. Maybe some large cap traders or some totally non-traders, some investors. So we'll see here. So prepare for some new people maybe to pop in here. Who knows? Good point, Tan. If you don't know what to trade today, the best thing to do is just pause off. Every time I'm a little bit iffy pre-market, I just tend to not trade the open, which usually helps me manage risk pretty well. Oh, I'm going to take a quick little circle walk. I'll be right back in like 30 seconds. Honestly, I think if I had a neck brace today, I'd probably put it on. Another 2.5 minutes here. What do I think about Workhouse, WKHS? I haven't looked at it in a while. We traded this one not too long ago. It might have been in our other account. Let me quickly pull up all the accounts. Oh, I guess it was a longer time ago than I remember. Maybe it's just not popping up. Crazy run up this one had from that low of 37 cents to 22.9. I really like catalysts that are about strategic partnerships, collaborations. Those are really good catalysts. It is holding its highs very well and it has a lot of the bigger volume on green days. So I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe it will have some sort of attempted breakout at one point. We got key resistance around 19, selling off a little bit pre-market. I probably wouldn't trade this one, just too much upside risk for me. I mean, downside risk, you know, offering or something like that. So probably not a trade for me, but I gotta say, I'm impressed that it's held its highs this well. All right, so G&W on my second screen, UTSI on the main screen. We'll see what happens here, guys. Another 40 seconds. Remember, UTSI, you know, long-term a little bit sketchy. Doesn't have a lot of these good gappers. So my hopes are a little bit thin on UTSI. $2 is huge resistance. So wouldn't be surprised if this thing sold off quite a bit. GMW, we know around 325 is big support on this one. 3.4 is big resistance. Good luck, everyone. GMW does not seem to be moving. My TOS might be really laggy right now. My GMW is totally frozen. Oh, GMW had a massive red candle. Just updated down to 311. Apple and Tesla are green on the day, mainly because of the gap up they had. But I think they're selling off. G&W has a huge amount of sellers. I'm watching both of them quite calmly. UTSI, nice little pop here. Okay, good to know, Corey. Thanks for that. Thanks for letting us know. Woo, UTSI, look at that. 11 million float, guys. That's what you get with 11 million float. Big spikeability, that's what we like to see. Remember, UTSI has huge resistance here at around $2. 180-day moving average. Could be a possible dip right around 185 or so. It's a big breakthrough VWAP. Definitely will be watching UTSI really closely here. 205. Watching G&W as well, really closely. Nice open on UTSI. Really nice open. GNW could be a possible red to green setup here. Still not trading it. I'm just too worried about the 310 break. UTSI just had a pullback to 185. Looking really, really strong UTSI. Wanted an entry around 183, but we didn't really keep pulling back. BOXL red to green. Good call out, Mark. GNW trying for a possible reversal here. I'm not sold at a lot of sell volume out of the gate, so I'm not going to be trading it just yet. Nice UTSI pullback and then breakout. That was kind of the trade I wanted. I was just a little bit too conservative with my limit order. Woo! UTSI is on fire. Man, I would have loved to jump on that one. Watch out, guys. G&W looking a little bit weak. I wouldn't be jumping on this one just yet. RKT going to 30, nice. Voxel had that failed red to green. Decent volume though. Like the support. I don't know if I'll trade it though. UTSI is a little bit more interesting, I think. Just kind of unfortunate I missed my entry on this one. Watch out, guys. G&W looks like it might be selling off here. Ooh, GVO. I don't know. I have to look at it. I don't know off the top of my head. 6 minutes into the open. Feel like somehow 30 minutes already over. I don't know why. Usually these opens really go by in a second for me. Maybe it's just because my neck hurts. I need to I gotta hold my neck up. UTSI looks potentially a bit weak now. We had that 210 touch. I'd be a little bit nervous going in on this one. Why is Carnival falling so much today? I'm not totally sure. We'll definitely look at some of the larger caps in a bit. Usually after 10:30, if you guys are new here, we start looking at large caps till about 11. Yeah, the wicks on UTSI scare me a little bit as well. If anything, I'd want an entry on a wick to the downside, but it's a bit of a shaky ticker here. It really moves like a little small cap for that 500 million float. It's really, really impressive. We don't always see something like this. I think it also limits the fact of, you know, potentially getting halted and the kind of runs that we might see on it. I mean, UTSI on the 5-minute chart is actually looking really good. G&W still looks a little bit shaky here, constantly has those big spikes of volume. Don't think I'm going to be picking any G&W up just yet unless we pull back closer to $3, maybe hold or break $3. Oh, it's a little hard to speak. Big question is, where's the support going to come in with UTSI? On the 5-minute chart, that pullback, that candle pullback is a little bit strong, a little bit stronger than you typically want to be seeing for a healthy continuation. Also, UTSI in the past also had very wicked flushes. That's a big reason I wouldn't probably be going too long here, besides very, very quick trades. G&W, guys, pulling back. Nice move here on UTSI, back above that VWAP. This looks really healthy, surprisingly. Still watching G&W. If we break $3, I'd probably consider buying some G&W. If we broke with lower volume. Dolma, what's the plan? Are you going to take profits here, or are you looking for continuation? Let's see, quick VWAP 90 EMA pullback, wouldn't be surprised. Wow, UTSI is impressive. Whew. Still watching GNW. $3 might crack here. Nope, ended up holding. Nice bounce, GNW off of 3. Went to exactly $3, bouncing up about 2% now. Apple's up 2%. Tesla's up 1.2. I gotta say, kind of impressive. Impressive start to the day on those two tickers. Woo, Miz, nice. 100K profit, man. That's awesome. Congrats. UTSI with that quick flush. Yeah, it's a beautiful milestone. GNW breaking, $3. GNW looking for that entry at around 96. Did not get it. Could be breaking back above 3. Yeah, I just missed my entry on this one. Pulled back to like 297 or 290, around 296, 297. Had my limit order at 296, but it didn't get executed. Big bounce on GNW, looking pretty healthy. I think it's going to have an attempted break of 9 EMA. I don't think it's going to really break it, but I do think that this is a pretty good spot to possibly pick some up. Might have missed that opportunity. It's a tough one. Tough pickle right now to comment on. Whoop, selling off again. Don't even know if I'm in this ticker. It's just like constantly missing my entry. It's kind of crazy. If we have one more dip on GNW, I'll try to be a bit more aggressive on it. I'm not sure if we will. I would definitely be picking up UTSI if we break the double bottom, get around 1.7. Wow, GNW already sold off from 12% from the open. Still up 24%. Still one of the lead gappers. Kind of an unusual day. Thanks for the heads up, Tristan. PSV, Johnny says. PSV halted going up $1 stock. Kind of interesting. We'll definitely have to check it out. Not sure if I want to take my eyes off of UTS or GNW. There's PSV. I probably want to trade this one, but it has really, really good volume. So this one's actually not as upsetting as some of these that are just gapping up, getting halted, gapping, halting. Chapter 11, this is a bankrupt company, just watch out. UTSI with that 11 million flow, Chinese communication equipment company with their Skyflux platform launch and apparently Q1, Q2 results that are doing pretty well. GNW, possible one last dip here at 2.9. I've yet to trade this out of the open. I've missed the entry several times on this ticker. Never really felt super comfortable getting more aggressive on it. Let's see if UTSI breaks that 7.5. They're glitching higher. GNW possible 9 EMA breakout to the upside, looking good. Very nice. This is probably what I would have been holding for if I had that 295 entry or so. Would be up around 7 cents a share. Not too bad. I'd be taking profits already. I wouldn't be holding this one much more. I'd be too nervous for a flush. Several brokers possibly down right now from Duke. What other brokers are having issues? UTSI possibly breaking 175 right now. Just broke 175. I'm not a huge fan of the action I'm seeing either this morning. That's why I've yet to have a trade. UTSI probably had the nicest move right here, pull back to VWAP and 9 EMA. That's the one I should have traded with big volume. I had my limit order on this one, went down to 186. I had it at 183, so I was way too conservative on that. Robinhood, E-Trade, and Charles Schwab down. Oh, wow. That's crazy. GNW selling off. Still, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red candle right now. Yeah, gang. I was thinking the same thing. New 5-minute on GNW. It's going to be the 7th 5-minute candle in a row that's possibly red. Right now it's red. GME, I see you guys calling it out. We'll look at it in a little bit. Nice bounce on UTSI. Gamestop, second quarter. Yeah, today's definitely more of a large cap day for sure. Look at Tesla, 3.5% now. You can pretty much be day trading this one. G&W definitely hitting somewhat of a bottom. I wouldn't be surprised if crapped 290 and then went to like 285 or something. I'd like to pick some up and around those areas. GameStop, one of those classic tickers trading like a small cap today. Big support down here. Do I hear sirens? I don't know, not yet. G&W selling off as well. Looking for this, any sort of entry in the 83s. I could see this one being good pop, but also trying to attempt to break out of the 9 EMA right now. Let's see what happens. Oops, I forgot to put good till cancel till day. Let's see if we can get another entry here at 53. I think I was just a little bit hair late on that one. Totally my fault. Nice little pop to the upside, 2% on Gamestop. Really a bit more of a large cap kind of day. Should have placed my limit order ahead of time. Thought we were going to have more time to jump on this one. Such a quick move. Here we go. Possible secondary attempt to entry. Man, oh man, got so close, literally. All right, so we got an entry here at 58. Looking for a continuation on GameStop back to maybe even 6.8. It might even break that high of 6.9, but again, I'm not trying to get too greedy on this one. Ooh, big move here. See if we can take some profits off the table. Just missed taking those profits off the table by like literally a second. A little bit slow today. I wonder if that's how come I'm so slow. Maybe it's just my neck. It's really giving me some problems here. Really wish I was kind of out of this trade because I'm really trying to focus on G&W right now. Nice pullback to the 90 EMA though. This is typically a pretty strong setup. Man, I don't know what's going on here with the sell pressure though. Position long. I closed the rest of this one. That was such strong sell momentum there. I tried to get out at 6.8. You guys saw it, but I was just a hair too short on timing, so it is what it is. Really wanted to be focused on G&W. Had that nice dip into the 80s that I've been pretty much preaching this whole time, so I'm not trying to watch this one a little bit closer here. I'm not sure what profits won't win. Could have been much better, which is kind of unfortunate. PSV a good trade? I don't know. With bankrupt stock, I'm not trying to watch it too closely. G&W finally doing it. Let's see, break past the 90 EMA. Up 2% from that low. I don't know what I'm gonna do. GME, man, that was such a weird move on GME. Really weird move on it. Amazing setup here on GMW. I can't believe I missed this one. Pretty much walked walk through the whole entire setup. GME. Yeah, I stumbled over GME a little bit. Quick 9 EMA pullback on GNW. Big reason I'm not trading GNW right now is because I'd be more upset if I got stuck in a flush than I would be happy if I got some profits on this one after missing my dip entry. So I don't know. Kind of a weird reason. Big hustle, man. Looks like I'll just be trading options today. Yeah, man. Today is really not a small cap day. Again, that was a big reason why we actually named today Tesla and Apple, just because I had a big feeling since the small caps weren't doing anything pre-market, and today are the big split days. That's really where the focus is going to be on today. You know, actually Tesla had a pretty sweet red to green move, although this wasn't really a full red to green because Tesla was a gap up. PSV, I gotta say, pretty impressive. I mean, really interesting run here. Healthy pullback to 0.85 and then another rip. I mean, congrats to everyone that traded this one. I was a little bit too chicken about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be even looking or thinking about trading GNW anymore. Missed the one setup that I really wanted, which has been unfortunate, but yeah, it is what it is. UTSI looks like it's about to crack that key 175 area. Had many retests off of this. That was just about a perfect double bottom it had. I was thinking that we might have a crack of the double bottom and then I wanted to enter around like 170. Didn't happen though, so that's why I didn't trade that move. Do I think Apple and Tesla are a good buy for options? Maybe. I don't really trade options, but I do think both of them are going to go down by the end of 5 days. They're going to be red compared to what they are now. GME, Gamestop, is only 407 million market cap. That's definitely a small cap. I wasn't thinking that GameStop was such a small cap. So it looks like they are up on earnings. No, never mind. They just announced second quarter release date. So that was on the 26th. I actually don't know what they're trading on today. I think this is just a continuation. They've been on a pretty good little bull run here. Now they're just kind of running into big resistance. This is quite the sell-off these guys just had. Big chance that there's going to be a little retest here. Would probably consider trading them again. G&W, nice rip past 3 again. Very good. GB. Big buyers around here at the 23. Will it get chipped away? That was a quick little dip. Possible entry on the 19. Closed orders. Lee Senior, that based on the statistics I read, Apple within 5 days of a split, it tends to be down statistically. But feel free to post what you found or share that info. Oh God, I really can't move my head today. This is really awful. I think even if Zoom did a good quarterly too, I think their stock price is up too much, and I'm not sure how much more it can go. Wait, hold on. This was the wrong one. It's not the one. Zoom. What's their ticker? Zoom. ZM, right? Zoom, ZM. I was like, what? Yeah, there's no way I'm getting behind this ticker anymore. If I was long Zoom, I'd probably be taking profits in anticipation to the earnings. There's no way I would hold through earnings. Nice bounce on G&W. I was a bit unfortunate I missed that one. Gotcha, Miz. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, definitely could be a buy opportunity. I have not been surprised on Apple like before, so every time I'm waiting for a dip, it just keeps on going. So I would not be surprised if it just went up another 100%. Honestly, just this thing is okay, maybe not 100%, but if it just ran without dipping, it's such a strong stock. This is actually the price I was looking at for a while, but I didn't like that we were creeping up to it. I was hoping we would get to it fairly quickly. So it's a little bit of a different kind of trade now at this point. You guys remember the markets are going to be closed September 7th, which is actually kind of sad. It's my birthday, September 7th. I don't think I'm going to be doing any streaming in that case. GMW really picking up here, having a little bit of a reversal. Also, really, really decent volume came back on GNW. Steam birthday party. Maybe I can incorporate it somehow. Advance happy birthday. Thanks, Mo. Is Tesla coming out with the Tesla watch? I had no idea. Let me quickly look that up right now. UTSI. Like this price point. Not sure if we're going to get that. My TD Ameritrade is really slow right now. I didn't see like the last, I would probably even argue like 5-7 seconds in a row of activity on ETSI. I just removed my limit order on it. Had no comfortable feel for that. That was really weird. Oh yeah, Tesla watch coming soon. Here we go. So interesting spikes in volume on PSV, I gotta say. Definitely a nice ticker to follow. Not my classic ticker I'd be watching, but really, really nice. I gotta say the overall volume on this ticker though isn't also the most interesting. I mean PSV on the day is only 12.7 million volume. UTSI, one of our elite gappers, at 50 million volume. If anyone's totally new here and doesn't remember like or know the average volumes at this time, I mean, we're typically looking at like $300, $400, $500 million volume at this point in the day. So the small caps, like we predicted, are very, very lightly traded. All of them, just across the board. It's all the protests in Berlin. Yeah, Corey, me too, man. It's really not my not why I get out of bed in the morning. PSV, quick little pullback here. This actually could be a great entry. I really like these kind of setups here where we have a nice continuation, strong bullish run, and then buying the first little red candle here to kind of dip below the small greener candle. I'd probably be looking for an entry around 189 or so. and then look for a continuation. I'm not sure if that even would be aggressive enough, but sometimes I really do enjoy those. With PSV being a kind of a penny stock, or well, around $1, wouldn't be surprised if it did pull back a bit harder first. But yeah, there goes the move. That was literally the move I like. But I really enjoy those a bit more with those like $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 stocks. But yeah, sweet move with PSV. Oh man, Robinhood is frozen. That actually, I'm more upset that those traders are going to look for different platforms, to be honest. Like, TD Ameritrade doesn't need any more traders. So, TOS is very laggy today, though. Across the board, it's just barely moving. The SPY is down 0.06. So it looks like things are going a little bit red right now. Things are slowly shifting. Tesla broke. Nice, Harley. Happy it's been working out. Sweet, sweet flat top breakout here with Tesla. I'll probably trade Tesla with just about like 10 shares or so if I did trade it. David, you have to say that when the market is going crazy, but to the downside. That's the day you want to become an investor, or at least add to your investments. If the market's peaking at all-time highs, it might go a little bit further, but there's just too much downside risk. It is a slow day, though. It is a pretty slow day. Yeah, I'll create some long-term positions on Tesla and Apple, definitely. on any sort of major dip. I don't know if it's going to be the next dip, but two companies I would like to hold. Appreciate it. No problem, David. And I appreciate any likes you guys throw my way. It really helps the channel out. Wasabi trades. Am I going to place a trade or just stare at the screen? It depends. You know, if we get a good setup, I'll place a trade. No problem. I don't know what count of trades we're on today. Probably around between 7 and I don't know. Did some trading pre-market. We might be around like 7, 8, 9 trades. But if I don't like a setup, I'm not going to force a trade. You guys know that. I have no problem with not trading all day. I also have no problem with getting absolutely crazy, which the last maybe week I wasn't going too crazy though. UTSI has decent little pops to the upside, but they're not exactly super nice. Another pullback to 1.6, maybe something worth looking at. Ooh, all of a sudden the time flew. 10:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just around the time I'm actually roughly done with trading. I'll keep going here if we see some good setups. I would love to jump on some. But again, not a really hot day, so no need to force it on a Monday. We'll see what happens. But around like after 10:30 a little bit, we could start looking at some large caps, talk about some swing trades and stuff like that. Oh, I'm just going to hope my head doesn't fall off any second. Ooh, Tesla up 5% already. Business, good idea. Actually, AMC is a ticker I definitely would want to be looking at. Let me quickly pull this one up. I'm really not convinced about any of our small cap gappers today, so I've been really slow with trading on those. I'm surprised that PSV was such a solid pick. I really do like the action on this one. Just the catalyst, the overall dollar volume on the day, the price, all things that I really don't like, so I tend to avoid these tickers. But this one, really sweet. Yeah, 1.4 is huge resistance on PSV. That was a really late alert that just went off. Woke versus unwoke movies. This was a beautiful pullback on PSV. Very, very similar to the one we were talking about before when we had this smaller candle here with the red candle. Similar setup. 34%. NASDAQ back in the green. G&W, man, this one is kind of back in the race a little bit. Found some huge support around 2.9. Would have been a phenomenal trade. I really missed that one by like a cent or so. You guys saw the orders that were flying through, being canceled, constantly chasing that entry. So here's AMC. We hit that really, really sweet breakout. This is what we were talking about. When was that? Like Thursday or so. And 624 was that breakout. Ran all the way to $7. Could see this one having a really, really nice retest around 575. I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of a re-entry. I don't really like the fact that this shoulder didn't reach this shoulder, which didn't reach this shoulder. To me, that's a very, very bearish sign. So just kind of keep that in mind, that this thing might pull back a little bit harder than expected. So I probably would be looking for some entries around maybe 5 to even 5.5 if I traded AMC. Otherwise, I'm not totally sure. You know, the movie business with the theaters, I don't really see theaters going anywhere. I think theaters will always be a thing, but AMC definitely had potentially its heyday behind it. It's hard to say though, you know, where it could be in a couple of years. But if I bought AMC, I'd be swing trading this one, looking for bigger support zones, which would definitely be around $5. Yeah, Corey, I feel the same, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't think movie theaters are having it easy, but I definitely think there's a place for movie theaters. I mean, I personally love going to the movie theaters. I know many people do enjoy the kind of act of going to the movie theater. I was actually at a movie theater this weekend. I saw, or no, that was on Friday or so. I saw the premiere of Tenet, and we went to a more like boutique kind of niche movie theater. But I don't really see movie theaters as a whole really going anywhere because it is kind of like an experience, right? But yeah, AMC as a brand, as a chain, yeah, it's definitely less of a thing. I remember being younger, like going out to the movie theaters was like one of your only options, right? Nowadays, it's like probably not something kids even acknowledge anymore. So I think it's definitely becoming a bit more of a niche thing, but we'll see. We'll see where this one goes. Definitely big support around 5. So I would love some entries around 5, and I actually might just put a little bit of an. Actually, I'll put a limit order here for now, and see where this one goes. I'm willing to bet movie theaters do better than airlines. Could be. How was Tenet? Tenet was a really well-made movie, but it was extremely confusing. I was pretty lost during the movie. It was a lot to keep track of. This is TD Ameritrade, ThinkorSwim platform. Check out the video description below for some more FAQs. Don't forget to drop a like if you're learning something new here and you're enjoying the community. Really appreciate it, guys. Especially small rooms. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens to movie theaters. But in Berlin, the amount of movie theaters like that are boutique, they're absolutely killing it. They're thriving. They're full all the time. I'm surrounded by a bunch of little tiny movie theaters. But actually, recently there was a really big one at Potsdamer Platz, the Sony Center. So they closed. So I think there's like a trend where the movie theaters, like people still like to go to the movies, right? But I don't know if the big ones are gonna. I think it's gonna be more of a niche kind of place. Have we watched the TV series Upload? No, I have not. How is that? I think I've heard about it. Let me quickly pull it up. So another ticker that well, let's talk about actually one that we're long right now, and that would be Space. So we are long Space. I'm sure most of you guys know about that. Nothing really new. SPCE. Potsdamer, I should remember. So Space is a ticker that I've traded probably one too many times, but this one we were just constantly making some nice snags off of this one. So I really do enjoy this one. So we recently picked some up at around 1688. We just had a kind of an okay breakout, but I don't like the fact that the volume on this breakout was very low. That to me is always a bit of a red flag. Just like this volume was a little bit lower than I would have wanted to see. This one's even lower, so that's kind of unusual. But it closed on a high, so that's kind of nice. I would like to see SPCE continue its way to ideally 19. On a break of 19, I'm going to start taking my profits until we see 20. So that's kind of my goal on SPCE. Right now, we're up, what is that, like 7% or so roughly. Nothing really too crazy, but a nice kind of trade here. I'm hoping this is going to continue a little bit. I was just about to actually average down into our space position if we cracked the 16.7 zone, which we were really close to doing last, what was that, on Friday or so, or the Thursday? So that was a little bit unfortunate we didn't get that crack. I would have loved to kind of buy into the 16.5s. I'm totally fine with holding this one for 2 weeks, 3 weeks if it needs to be. This is, after all, a swing trading account, and this is not my day trading account, so I'm totally fine with holding these tickers a little bit longer. Yeah, Disney Plus will be interesting. I think Netflix is about to have a really hard time because the amount of streaming services out there that are very competitive to Netflix. I mean, you got Amazon Prime, you got Apple TV or whatever it's called, Apple something. Now with Disney Plus, I think HBO Go. I mean, there was a long time where Netflix, it was the only option. unless you were pirating movies. So I just don't see these prices being super sustainable for Netflix. And actually, as a day trader, you always look for cracks of momentum. This is a huge crack of momentum. Biggest volume candle here is on a sell. That's a really big red flag. Resistance now moved down to 550. This could be a bit of a trend reversal for Netflix. Yeah, Amazon Prime is the user experience on it is pretty bad. I totally agree. I haven't been following that calm down, but who knows? Could be. You definitely probably know more than I do about that. That's true, TA. I've watched several Netflix originals, and I gotta say, I'm always quite impressed. They tend to be really, really good, and I do enjoy the Netflix originals quite a lot. So they are doing tons of stuff right, but they spend more on content, I think, than any other company. I think it was like $6 billion or so a few years ago. I don't know what the current stats are. It's just a lot of money. So this company doesn't have the piles of cash that their competitors do, from Amazon to Facebook, to Apple. So it's just going to be kind of interesting how it's going to happen, kind of play the next few years. Yeah, Netflix is definitely turning into a film company, and it seems like a lot of the companies, that's kind of where they're all heading, right? Disney obviously produces its own, Apple produces its own. The Apple series are really, really good. Apple has tons of really good stuff, very high-end tailored stuff too. HBO Go obviously makes their own stuff, and then yeah, now Netflix has their own stuff. Let's just quickly check here our whole entire growth swing list. Man, G and W, guys, that if I coulda, shoulda, woulda. Sonos. So I've been waiting for Sono to kind of come down to the 12.5 area. I've been waiting for this one for weeks. What feels like months almost, but more weeks. So we'll see if we get a bigger dip on this one. I really do hope that maybe we get a small crack, and then I'd start accumulating the 12.5s for definitely a swing trade investing account. AAL, yeah, I'm not really sure I'm going to play this one. I'm not super convinced like I used to be on this on any specific direction. So I would probably buy AAL on some sort of giant sell-off if it did happen. Anything around $10 will be an interesting pivot point. Could be a great swing trade opportunity around 10 as well for at least a quick support line bounce. Amazon, just absolutely crazy. This company just does not stop going up. Any retest on the 180-day moving average would always be an interesting play for Amazon. Space, we just talked about this one. Yeah, interesting setup here with Tesla. Got to say, very, very impressive. But I'm not going to be going long on this one yet. I do like the fact they're coming out of the watch. That's really, really cool. And that's breaking into a massive segment. Intel here. This was a big mistake on my end, not actually accumulating on the break of 50. I was saying that I was waiting for 45. We never actually ended up getting to 45. I came out with that video sometime in July, mid-July. Sometime when we hit this area, I was talking about Intel Corp not buying on the 50. So not buying on the 50 was the right idea, but waiting till 45 was too conservative. So we'll see how that goes. It has huge competition, obviously, with AMD, which is looking a little bit top heavy in this area. Big support on Apple around 110 at the moment. So I'll just put a little reminder for myself there. Wait, let me see what PSV is doing. You guys got me curious. Appreciate it, David. Yeah, PSV, man, absolutely on fire. Congrats to everyone that was milking this along the way. So here's ADT. You guys know I've been watching this one, hoping for that crack of 11 for so long. We finally got the crack of 11, and now we're going into the 10s, the mid 10s. I really hope we see the low 10s, and I'll probably accumulate some ADT for a swing trade now that Google owns like 30-40%. I think it was 30%, so that's really sweet. RKT, I know a lot of you guys were talking about RKT this morning. A lot of buy volume here. That's actually really impressive. Not too much sell volume, probably not too much to be worried about. Again, I would like to pick some RKT up myself, something closer to 22 to 24 range. So we'll see what happens with RKT. Take care, David. RCL, just kind of using it as a comparison for CCL. Both of which I'm not really super stoked about trading at the moment. CVAC, we had, good opportunity on this one. We took it around 55 and then we sold near the shoulder here. Nothing really new on this ticker. LMND, this is one we've been talking about quite a lot. Would love to buy near the IPO price and then kind of go from there. Maybe we'll keep averaging down. XPEV. Wow. What a sell-off today. Down about 6%. This is actually the one we made most of our money on Friday. We had we had two really simple trades on this one. One was a support line bounce, and the second was the pullback into the reversal. Very clean. You guys already know about those. So we'll see how XPEV goes. I'm not really, decided on this right now. It really does look like that 21, low 21s is a massive floor. If we break the low 21s, this could probably have a nice little flush to the downside into the mid to high teens. So I'm going to be probably a little bit careful with this one and then just kind of play it by ear. If we do get a break of 21, I'll definitely look for a possible buy opportunity at one point. And then back to AMC. RXT or RKT? But yeah, I agree. RKT is definitely worth watching. Yeah, and then back to AMC. Nice. So, it looks like I personally should have probably been a little bit more aggressive towards PSV. I don't really regret not trading it just because I wasn't really stoked about it. I think I would have been bothered more by tripping over myself on this one, but ultimately the signs were in front of us that this was a hot mover, and I should have got more aggressive. But between it being Monday, hurting my neck this morning, I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to be a little bit extra cautious. Okay, so RXT is a different one. I wasn't sure if that was a typo. RXT. Rackspace. Ah, okay. Yeah, so nice little rounded bottom here. Breakout, quick pullback to a key 17.5 zone. And then a nice move to the upside. See how this one traded pre-market. Pre-market found a bit of support in here. What was that news? Why was it gapping up today? Deutsche Bank, a lot of price target increases. And what's driving that price target increase? After analysts weigh in. Is that really the only reason? What, did all the analysts get together on a lunch and say, like, let's all pump this stock? What's going on here? All right, well, it looks like all these companies think it's going to go up. And if everyone thinks it's going to go up, sometimes it just goes up because self-fulfilling prophecies. So I'll put RKT here, or RXT, sorry. It's clearly a momentum pick right now, which is really, really good to see. I would probably consider buying this one. I need to look a little bit more into this company, but RXT, I don't see why we wouldn't want to trade this one at one point. Obviously, right now it's at an all-time high after the recent IPO, closer to around $17. So big breakout volume here, really nice to see that. I probably would consider buying some RKT right around 20 bucks or so. So let's see what kind of pullback we get here. I'm just gonna put an alert if we break around 20.55. And I would be absolutely comfortable averaging down into this one. So if we started buying around 20, we'd probably be risking, let's say, 19.5. I'd think about cutting my losses. So we'd risk about 3.5% to make, if we go past the highs here, 6-9% just to break the highs. And then we probably run here to like 26, 28 if we hit the price targets of all these analysts, which seems pretty uniform, that the fact that there's so many analysts covering this, from Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, BMO Capital, Barclays, Citigroup. What did I miss with Rackspace? So great call here on RXT. And you know what? I might even talk about this one in the recap video, because I'm a little bit confused right here. I've never really seen all randomly one day where all these large companies, banks, and analyst firms start talking about the same ticker. So if you guys know anything about this one that I don't, which I'm sure it wouldn't be hard because I don't know much about Rackspace, definitely leave a comment below, and I'll talk about it in the recap video as well. Has earnings after hours, RKT. Oh yeah, how did I miss that? So RKT or RXT, how am I saying that wrong every time? Running up here. On news, talk about, well, Cron's called 4 p.m. So talk about buying the rumor. So let's see what happens. I would love to buy into the sell. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm waiting for the Amazon split from Michael. Man, if Tesla makes it to 500 today, that'd be freaking ridiculous. I do usually meet at lunches. Yeah, I have a few friends that are in investment banking, a few friends that are analysts from New York that kind of got a little bit of a drift from how it works, but we'll see. JC, come on, man. We've been talking about it for weeks now. All right, guys, I need to take a break here. I'm going to look into RXT a little bit more, and then I'll definitely make the recap video. So don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you're totally new here, to check out that recap video. I need to lay down a little bit, give my neck a break. So I'm going to wrap up here a little bit earlier than usual, not too much. Kind of some interesting tickers to review today. Kind of a slowish morning, but ultimately PSV was really the ticker to be watching today. So really, really cool that we at least had some excitement with PSV. That's good. Some homeless guy beat me up at the park. Could happen. Wouldn't be surprised. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. I really, really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys then in the recap video, and I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. Whew! I need a break. Peace. Nice way to start the week, though. Nice little slow, consistent, green. Oh, wait, actually, we didn't even talk about what order profits were. So let's quickly open that up. Working orders here, account statement. That's the wrong click. So here is, wow, not too many trades today actually at all. Filled orders. And $162 profit. You know, with the amount of trades that we did today, that's actually pretty legit. So again, can't really complain there. Unlimited. $100 profit. Sorry, that was actually fake news because I just counted space. So we only made $100 today, 3 trades. Yeah, very slow day for me, but yeah, blame it on the back. Blame it on the neck. Peace out, guys. Ciao, ciao. Woo, Jonah, 1K on PSV, man. Congrats. That's awesome.